Words cannot begin to express how satisfied I am with Jurassic World. While falling short of being a classic, let alone a great movie, Jurassic World manages to pull itself up as something truly good and come away as the sequel that Jurassic Park long deserved, at long last brought to life. Pure goodness. Set 20 years after the events of the first movie, a new theme park has been established on the original island, now known as Jurassic World instead of Jurassic Park. To help reinvigorate public interest in the park, they're getting ready to unveil a brand new attraction, an original genetically engineered dinosaur called the Indominus Rex. At the same time though, the park's director has her nephews coming over to reconnect with her, only for the Indominus Rex to escape captivity at the same time, team up with the Velociraptor trainer and her one-time date, Owen. Now, the story as a whole borrows very liberally from the original Jurassic Park, but ultimately it's forgivable since the characters are likeable enough, and the whole premise of a brand new dinosaur adds plenty of great scenes, and even leaves the way for some intrigue going on in the background of the narrative. Star-Lord's Owen is pretty likeable as far as protagonists go, and all the characters are, again, likeable enough, and all the actors give pretty good performances. Though Chris Pratt's performance as Owen, it's just not as good as his performance in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's just not as good here. Plus, it doesn't really help that all the characters are pretty one-dimensional. Whatever transformations or developments they go through, you can kind of predict. Plus, the nephew characters for the director, they're just audience surrogate characters. The older nephew and the younger nephew, they're both just surrogates for fans of the original movie, like myself, and new potential fans to project themselves onto. And whatever attempts there are to flesh them into three-dimensional characters just feel hollow, empty, and cliché. Thankfully, Jurassic World is very true to the spirit of the original movie, even being littered with dozens of Easter eggs so that fans of Jurassic Park, like myself, can just go googly-eyed all over. Not to mention, it actually does what Jurassic Park managed to do so well. Balance, horror, humour, and adventure. And it manages to pull it all off. Creating genuinely funny scenes, scenes that have actual tension, and even scenes that can be pretty damn scary. Keeping the audience engaged from beginning to end with almost no hiccups along the way. And for that, the writers and the director, Colin Trevorrow, really do deserve praise. It's just a shame that there are some scenes where you just can't suspend disbelief, and they can really bring you out of the movie. Thankfully though, those scenes are too few and far between. You know how Jurassic Park helped pioneer modern special effects with its jaw-dropping CGI? Well, thankfully Jurassic World CGI is just as good, if not better, and the dinosaurs all look incredibly realistic and help keep Jurassic World in touch with the series' legacy. Unlike some of the other movies I could name. Also, if you go back and watch the original movie, you'll see some hints at something much bigger going on behind the scenes. What with that one character trying to steal dinosaur embryos. That's back in Jurassic World, and now plays a much bigger, more prominent role in the story. The character in charge of security for Jurassic World, he's very open about his desire to use the dinosaurs for military application, and he actually helps introduce a layer of intrigue to the story revolving around a conspiracy. Unfortunately, the conspiracy elements are focused on two characters, both of whom get the least amount of screen time throughout the entire movie, and ultimately gets no resolution by the climax. Which means the whole point of the conspiracy theory was to sequel bait. It's really a shame they just didn't use it for something like a dinosaur rescue scene or something similar. Now, with all that said, Jurassic World is a damn good movie that sadly falls short of being called a classic and really falls short of being great. But that doesn't stop it from standing tall and proud on its own merits, and from being a movie that anyone, from young to old, can sit down and enjoy. If there's a movie worth spending your money on right now, it's Jurassic World.